Welcome to AM Best Audio.
From the 20th Singapore International Reinsurance Conference, I'm Judy Lee for AM Best TV. Join me today is Mr. Greg Carter, Managing Director, Analytics, EMEA and APAC of AM Best. Welcome, Greg.
Hi, Judy.
What are the key trends shaping the insurance market in Asia Pacific, according to AM Best recent research?
Well, Asia Pacific is a very big market, so there's no particular trend that's affecting the whole market. What we are seeing is different trends within different markets. So within the more mature markets, the well-established, long-established markets, we're seeing some challenges of regulatory pressures in terms of product development and servicing of clients. In the more emerging markets, we're seeing more broader challenges in terms of product development, in terms of the regulatory permissions, in terms of new products. One example would be the considerations currently in Indonesia for making motor third-party business compulsory. So there's different challenges for different markets.
Yeah, I can say it's quite a diversified market.
Indeed.
Okay. What are the main challenges in assessing insurance creditworthiness across diversified markets, as you mentioned, in Asia Pacific?
Well, I think if I had to pick out one key challenge, it would be the reporting formats. And we're going through a very significant change, not just in Asia Pacific, but globally in terms of the adoption of IFRS 17, which, whilst it's only an accounting format change, is probably the most significant accounting format change, certainly in my lifetime.
Okay.
And understanding how companies are now presenting their information is a very significant challenge. And we're seeing IFRS being adopted in certain markets and at different times. So it's a question of sort of mixed messages in terms of the headline numbers that we see. For us, the challenge is making sure that we can analyse those on a comparable basis.
Oh, okay. So how does AM Best account for climate-related risks and geopolitical uncertainties in this rating process for Asia-Pacific insurers?
Well, again, we have a sort of very mixed market, and different markets have different exposures to those specific risks. So where we do see particularly climate-related risks, and we're talking about particularly major weather events, windstorms, typhoons, etc., that's a market where those risks have existed for many years. What we are seeing is the increased frequency and severity of those risks. Many of the companies we follow in those markets are using third-party modelling firms, but also doing their own analysis. And we're very conscious that as those risks grow and accelerate, companies need to be managing their model usage and how they allocate capital very closely to that. For geopolitical risk, it's a harder risk to model, but it's certainly something that's on our agenda with companies, and it forms a discussion with management when we meet with companies on a regular basis.
Customize your data experience. BestLink now offers an interactive company dashboard that provides company-level intelligence in a fast, user-friendly interface featuring interactive tables, charts, and Sparkline performance histories. Customize the dashboard tiles to prioritize the insurer ratings, data, and analytics that best support your workflow. AM Best. Our insight, your advantage.
Okay. What emerging risks or opportunities is AM Best closely monitoring in this Asia-Pacific insurance market?
I think probably at the moment the most exciting developing risk is cyber. We've seen the cyber market grow a lot in recent years, and it's a relatively new risk for the insurance industry. If you think back 20, 25 years, this risk really didn't exist. And the insurance industry, I think, has done a fantastic job of creating a solution, creating a product that will meet the needs for insured clients. And it's more than just providing an insurance coverage as well. I think what we've seen is the big insurers, and particularly the big reinsurers, are providing risk management, and that's helping their clients really to improve this sort of broader term of cyber hygiene, but making them more resilient to the risk before the risk is transferred to the insurance industry. So I think that's one of the most exciting developments, not just in the region, but globally.
Oh, okay. So I can see that cybersecurity is not only a challenge, but also an opportunity.
Absolutely, yes. And the industry, I think, is embracing that. I think the potential is much greater, and whether the industry can truly satisfy the need of transferring the risks that exist, I think is questionable given the size of the potential risks and the size of the insurance market. But it's certainly an opportunity for the insurance industry to be a constructive part of that risk management process.
This year, we know AM Best is celebrating its 125th anniversary globally, and we also celebrate our 25th anniversary in Asia Pacific. What have been the most significant developments in your rating service for this region?
I think if you look back over the course of the last year or so, I think the introduction of national scale ratings, I think, is a very important development for us, in that it historically in some of the markets that we rate, particularly some of the more developing markets, we see a bit of a concentration of our ratings down towards the lower levels, and that's because our ratings are assessed on a global scale.
Yes.
And an A- in Singapore needs to be the same as an A- in France or in the US or wherever.
Yeah.
But in some of the emerging markets, you see a concentration of those ratings perhaps at the lower levels. The national scale rating allows more of a comparative measure within a territory. So you get a broader distribution of ratings, and you get that differentiation between the stronger and weaker companies within the marketplace. And I think hopefully that provides a greater service to the users of ratings.
Currently, we have national scale rating in many countries.
Across Asia, we have national scale ratings in India, Indonesia, Philippines, and Vietnam. And they're all markets where we've seen an element of that concentration and condensing of ratings at the lower levels. So hopefully it brings value to the markets there. We will consider bringing the national scale ratings into other markets as well over time.
Sounds good. Thank you, Greg, for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Julie.
From the 20th Singapore International Reinsurance Conference, I'm Judy Lee for AM Best TV.
Looking to get the full attention of the insurance industry? We have the platforms that will do just that. Whether it be AM Best TV, AM Best Audio, Best Review Magazine, or Best Day. Find out more by calling AM Best Advertising Sales at 908-439-2200, extension 5399, and have a great day.